It's nice to have you join us. You're watching Newsroom series on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Today, our focus is on the southeast region. But first, let's serve you the news headlines for the day. Heavily armed security operatives today blocked the entrance to the Emir of Kano's palace this morning, preventing Emir Muhammadu Sanusi II from attending a royal event in Bichi local government area. The ceremony, meant to present a staff of office to the new district head of Bichi, was also cordoned off by the security personnel, causing disruptions and leaving many attendees stranded. Reports indicate that armored personnel carriers were deployed to block the palace gates, restricting the emir's movement and leaving him confined indoors. Now, the presidency is assuring Nigerians that the second 150,000 barrels per day plant of the Port Harcourt refining company in Rivers State will soon become operational, as work is currently ongoing at the facility. The special advisor on information and strategy to President Bola Tinubu, Bayo Ononuga, in a statement titled "Putting to Rest Rumors About Port Harcourt Refinery Complex, Our Fact-Finding Mission," advised Nigerians to ignore negative talks on the newly revived old 60,000 barrels per day Port Harcourt refinery. Now, he says the refinery is currently not running at 100%, but functioning at 70% installed capacity, with plans to increase production shortly. The clarification and update comes following controversies which have trailed the resuscitation of the 60,000 barrels per day Port Harcourt refinery. Now, the Port Harcourt refinery has two refineries, including the 60,000 barrels per day facility and the 150,000 barrels per day plant. The Lagos State High Court, sitting at the Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos Island, has ordered Chidinma Ojuku's co-defendants to open their defense. Now, the trial judge, Justice Yetunde Adesanya, gave the order after dismissing the no-case submission of the second and third defendants in the case. The second and third defendants are Adedapo Quadri and Chidinma's sister Chioma Igbuchu. Now, the judge then adjourned the case till February the 20th, 2025 for continuation of trial. The first defendant in the case, Chidinma Ojuku, is charged with the murder of the Super TV Chief Executive Officer Michael Usifo Ataga. She was charged alongside Adedapo Quadri and Chioma Igbuchu for Ataga's murder. Ojuku and Quadri are facing the first to 8 counts bordering on conspiracy, murder and stabbing, while her sister Igbuchu is facing the 9th count of stealing an iPhone 7 belonging to the late Mr. Usifo Ataga. As part of its commitment to improve the well-being of citizens and access to healthcare services in rural areas, the Ebonyi State government has announced plans to establish one specialist hospital in each of the 3 senatorial zones of the state. Governor Francis Nwifuru disclosed this while addressing healthcare workers during an event organized by the State Ministry of Health in Abakaliki, the state capital. He says providing access to healthcare is urgent now, especially when residents are vulnerable to various health challenges, one of which is Lassa fever. According to the governor, since January till date, Ebonyi State has recorded 23 deaths from 48 confirmed cases of Lassa fever. He adds that his administration is committed to ensuring that people enjoy basic, affordable, quality and accessible healthcare services through numerous interventions such as employment of qualified health personnel, procurement of hospitals, equipment and consumables.
Substantial provisions were made in our 2025 budget. This is in addition to our resolve to establish specialist hospital in each of the 3 senatorial zones of our great state. The spread of this virus is believed to be facilitated by sociocultural practices, poor health-seeking behaviors, poor environmental sanitation, condition, lack of awareness, and community engagement. As a government, since we came on board, we have always shown our uncommon zeal to support the health care of our people in all ramifications, with a special interest on life-threatening diseases like Lassa fever, cholera, and others. In Ebonyi State here, we have recorded 394 suspected cases since January till date, with 48 confirmed cases, out of which 23 persons died of the disease, while 25 persons were discharged home. Our administration is committed to ensuring that every Ebonyians enjoyed basic, affordable, quality, and accessible health care.
In Abia State, Governor Alex Oti has flagged off the reconstruction of the 5.95 kilometers of Onimo Abia Tar Road and the long-abandoned 6.92 kilometers of Umuakwara Ring Road, all in Umuahia South local government area. Speaking during the flag-off exercise of the two-road project, Governor Oti said the Onimo Abia Tar of Peace Road will be expanded to a 4-lane dual carriageway to help reduce road accidents and create a boom in the economy of the people.
It's the official flag-off exercise of the 5.95 kilometers Imo Bridge Abia Tar Road in fulfillment of Governor Alex Oti's promise to make all entry points into Abia something to be proud of. The project, according to the governor, will reduce the number of accidents and create a boom in the palm oil value chain and other economic advantages associated with this part of the state.
This project has been set up to be a landmark undertaking by administration, because we are not just going to reconstruct the road as it is presently. We shall expand it to a 4-lane dual carriageway in order to accommodate the heavy vehicular traffic.
Shortly after the flag-off of the reconstruction of the 5.9 kilometers road, Dr. Alex Oti proceeds to the abandoned 6.92 kilometers Umuakwara Ring Road, designated as the most politicized in the state's history.
At the point during the rainy season, you can't pass through this place. The people over there, they are trapped there. Those here, they can't go to the other side. The people living the other side can't come over to this side. So it's been the case, in fact, until His Excellency came on board.
You know, we see politicians come and go. They will, you know, come and promise, and they, you know, unfortunately, they will not fulfill it each year. In fact, we are surprised that this is happening, because for us, we have lost hope.
Elsewhere, worsening condition of the Umuahia Road leading to Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, is of serious concern to many residents and commuters who are making passionate appeals to the federal government to intervene urgently and ensure the road is repaired with durable materials.
This is a trunk A route that leads to Akwa Ibom State and Cross River State too. So we are appealing to the federal governments to please ensure that they come to our aid. We have suffered a lot.
The price of transportation is high. Vehicles get spoiled, you know, and it's worse during the rainy season. You can't ply this road from here to you during the rainy season.
Addressing peaceful protesters aggrieved by the deplorable state of the road, one of the contractors involved attributes the delay to budgetary approvals from the Federal Ministry of Works.
I will assure everyone and all this local government that we are doing our best to do the utmost that we can do. But again, always there is a lot of restraints regarding budget, allocation, approvals, processing of payments. All these things sometimes will delay the works a little.
The federal controller in charge of the region, Tony Onwubiko, debunks these claims. He says work was previously slow due to the onset of the rains. He also confirmed that the contractors had received advance payment and that work will resume shortly.
Work has started fully. The contractor is on site. Meanwhile, there's no mobilization to pay. They have been paid their statutory advance payment. They have received that.
It is expected that the government will remember the people of Akwa Ibom community and match words with action by asking the contractor to increase the speed of the long abandoned road. If not, residents of this area might start counting their losses once the rains set in.
Youth participants have gathered at the International Convention Center, ORCA, for the second edition of the Anambra Youth Conference 2024, an event organized to show solidarity with the Anambra State Governor. Now, aside from the outpouring of encomiums on the governor by the young people, the students' wing appreciated the governor for his giant strides in education. The joint youth wings of Ohanes Ndigbo, the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Anambra State Association of Town Unions, among others, also declared support for the state governor's second-term bid.
Mr. Soludo, I want to thank you because most of the steps you take, people look at it, is a very difficult one. The sit at home phenomenon is a manifestation of deeper political, social, and economic grievances. At the heart of this issue lies the human desire for justice, fairness, and better life. We must transition from agitation to meaningful dialogue. This is also one of my major concerns that our people must keep into dialogue. Agitation, when mismanaged, leads to chaos. Dialogue leads to solutions. Leaders must create safe spaces for conversations, where grievances can be held without fear of retribution. Community leaders, religious figures, and even young people have a role to play in creating the gap between the aggrieved and those in power. If we want peace, then we must demand it with reason, not with violence or intimidation. The question remains, what are we offering as an alternative to this agitation? It is not enough to criticize. We must present solutions that work for everyone. And that is why we have government of solutions.
Responding, the Anambra State Governor, Soludo, says his government will continue to prioritize youth development, tasking the young people to support every transformational ideas while placing value on hard work, technology, and entrepreneurship.
Anambra youth, be the change that you want to see. Be the solution rather than the problem. Our youth must be part of the solution. Without our youth participation, it's not possible. Be the issue of insecurity, the responsibility to fix our country, the responsibility to fix Anambra State, the responsibility to fix our individual communities is our collective responsibility.
Welcome back to Newsroom Series. We're still in Anambra State, and Governor Soludo has continued to advance technology and innovation by investing heavily in human capital development through the training platform of the Anambra Solution Innovation District. In the latest development, 100 million naira prize money has been doled out for the winning startups in the Anambra Innovation Week 2024. And during the prize-giving ceremony, the special advisor to the governor on innovation and business incubation, Ms. Chinwe Okoli, disclosed that the gesture will foster collaboration, celebrate innovations, and chart a digital future for both Anambra and Africa.
This is what this is about.
The Anambra Solution Innovation District is hosting its first ever Anambra Innovation Week 2024 at the International Convention Center, ORCA, and it is a convergence of technology experts, inventors, innovators, and startups from Anambra other parts of Nigeria and the world. Technology is one of the major drivers of the Chukwuma Soludo administration, which came in with an agenda to digitize governance, education, health, and other sectors. He expresses his government's commitment towards raising the state's digital tribe, with technology and innovation defining the future of Anambra State. Youth comprising inventors and innovators are awarded with 100 million naira cash in the Battle for Solution competition. The prizes are redeemed at the SID temporary office in Oka as the state government gives out the checks and certificates of participation. The winner of different categories of invention are handed over their prizes, and it's all joy and excitement.
I feel very excited, and I thank God for this opportunity that the governor has put together this program to ensure that startups are empowered. And I feel very excited, to be honest. I'm currently speechless. We participated in the Anambra Innovation Week Battles for Solution competition for Anambra Startups category and placed first place, winning a grand prize of 5 million naira.
We digitize ticketing for businesses, and we have an all-in-one ticketing solution for consumers where you can book your bus tickets, event and cinema tickets all in one place. And the importance of this for tickets for businesses, especially in the transportation sector where it's mostly cash and paper-based, we digitize that whole process, making reconciliation happen instantly for you and upping your profits and efficiency of operations.
For the Special Advisor on Innovation and Business Incubation, the event reflects Governor Soludo's vision to digitally empower Anambra State, where technology will be deeply rooted in every sphere of the state's economy.
Which is a deep technological training that lasted for 6 months and then followed by another 2 months of mentorship. What is happening beyond today is that they are going to go out there and become ambassadors of technology and innovation in Anambra State.
The idea, according to the governor, is to build human capital that is productive at home and abroad.
Now to Imo State, and as people the world over mark the UN 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, members of the International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, Imo State chapter, have opposed the continuous practice of female genital mutilation in some societies. Speaking during the 2024 International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, Imo State Chapter Week, the chairperson of FIDA, Imo State, Joy Nwosu Azuama, says female genital mutilation is cruel as it violates the privacy of women and female children. Our correspondent, Igitokwe Kute, reports.
Look at this one. The sister is the only one going about looking for what to use to feed them.
Members of the International Federation of Women Lawyers in Imo State gather for the 2024 FIDA Week with the theme Vulnerable Persons in Contemporary Nigeria, Legal Perspectives and Remediations. The chairman of the occasion's brief analysis of the importance of the International Federation of Women Lawyers and what they stand for leads the way for the discussion of the day.
FIDA as an association speaking from the point of view of motherhood is one that tries to protect the less privileged in the society. They do not fight for their own interests, they fight for the interests of others who cannot fight for themselves, hence the vulnerable. That vulnerable child may be a child, a girl, a boy, it may be a man or a woman.
In her address, the chairperson of FIDA Imo State, Joy Nwosu Azuama, says despite being a signatory to many international treaties, national and state laws, Nigeria is yet to make appreciable progress to eliminate violence against women.
Violence against women, children, and vulnerable remains a challenge. All hands must therefore be on deck to articulate measures and effective tools in ending this menace. And this requires a holistic and collaborative effort, as survivors' device to be treated delicately and with empathy at all stages of the criminal process, taking into consideration their rights as human beings.
For the keynote speaker, Honorable Justice Ama Elua, addressing the needs of vulnerable persons requires a multifaceted approach that combines legal protections with effective law enforcement and community engagement.
Investing in the capacity of law enforcement agencies and the judiciary to effectively handle cases involving vulnerable persons. I talked about promoting legal aid and access to justice, expanding access to justice, access to legal aid services to ensure that vulnerable persons can seek justice regardless of their socio-economic status. I'm happy that FIDA is in the forefront of this, and I also call on legal practitioners who are here to do pro bono cases.
Meanwhile, the wife of the Imo State governor, who is represented at the event, pledges to continue to support FIDA in their quest to give a voice to women in the society.
Her Excellency wishes to renew her confidence and support to this noble organization, FIDA, particularly in your fight against women violence, child rights abuse, and other activities that tend to debase womanhood.
The event witnesses the donation of cash gifts to widows, less privileged, and vulnerable women. The International Federation of Women Lawyers Imo State chapter is optimistic that with concerted efforts from legal practitioners, policymakers, community leaders, and civil society, achieving a better future for vulnerable persons will no longer be mission impossible. Eyitope Kutei, Channels Television News.
Some members of the Academic Staff Union of the Federal Polytechnic Nekede in Owerri have dissociated themselves from the proposed industrial action by the National President of ASUP, Comrade Shamma Kwanja, over the appointment of the 9th Substantive Rector of the Federal Polytechnic Nekede. Addressing the press conference at the school premises in Owerri, the Imo State capital, the members of the union subsequently passed a vote of no confidence on the chairman of ASUP in the institution, maintaining that the members of the union will vehemently reject any group or persons hiding under the umbrella of ASUP national body to cause chaos or any breach of the peace in the institution. They now want the Minister of Education to disregard any false claims by the ASUP national chairman against the appointment of the rector and support members of the union to achieve lasting peace and harmony in the institution.
Contrary to the lie being peddled, even in the social media, that Nekede is on strike, you can now see for reality that the entire staff, academic staff of this institution are not on strike. It shows very strong solidarity with the new rector. So the Congress considers such move as embarrassing and self-serving, which does not have the blessing and endorsement of the chapter Congress. Vote of no confidence. Consequent on the bizarre violations of the union's grievance procedure and channels of communication, a vote of no confidence was earlier passed on Engineer Stanley Wadike, chapter chairman of ASUPNEC, by 5 out of the 9 members of the chapter executive council, in direct response to his refusal to write a disclaimer disassociating himself and ASUPNEC chapter from the ASUP national leadership clandestine activities against the seamless, peaceful, and transparent selection and appointment processes of our 9th substantive rector.
There is need for effective collaboration between the Nigerian Army and media practitioners in the southeast to ensure on responsible and balanced reporting on operations and activities of the Army. Speaking at the Nigerian Army Civil Military Cooperation Quarterly Media Chat for the 4th quarter of the year 2024, with the theme Military and Media Relationship, a panacea for enhanced national security and development, the Chief of Civil Military Cooperation, Major General Nusakari Ugbo, noted that establishing regular communication channels will enable transparent reporting on military operations and help counter misinformation effectively.
Let us consider the values inherent in collaboration, the significance of accurate and responsible reporting, and our roles as the media, and the Nigerian army in shaping the narratives of national security. By working together, we can pave the way for a safe and more informed society, to have an enlightened public that can better understand and support the policies and activities necessary to drive socioeconomic development. That's role in shaping public perceptions and understanding of the populace in security issues are crucial. Just as the military conducts operations, this synergy and allegiance will ensure and enhance public confidence of the complexity of our security challenges and provide insights into military operations.
I will draw the curtain on our program Newsroom series with a focus on the Southeast. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ayo Tunde Balogun.